So the previous video we were using Onshape to create a pencil, and we drew a polygon shape, sort of hexagon shape, extruded it up to make the shaft of the pencil, and then used the revolve feature to shave the tip of the pencil off, and then put a little notch in it to make the lead section. What we didn't do in that video, which is what we're going to do in this one, is look at shaping the end of the pencil so that it looks a bit more realistic. So we've got this sort of shape. Now, what you could do, a cheat sort of shortcut method would be to just use a fillet and then round off that surface. Now, the trouble with that, 5 is too big, but if we put something like 2, the trouble with that is it's not awful, it's just not particularly accurate. All right, so we want to try and do it the right way. Just for basic modeling purposes, that might be okay, but we're going to use a new technique. We're going to do some lofting and make a little extrusion to make the white area, and then we'll loft the bit that makes the red area so it's a little bit more accurate. So we're not going to fillet it. This is what we're going to do to loft it. So the first thing to do to make the tip of this pencil is going to be to take that surface and then extrude it. Now for this, we didn't need to draw a sketch because it's already there. All right, so it's quite a useful thing. You can use some of the existing geometry to extrude. Now this is going to be a new extrude rather than added. The reason for that is because we want them to be a separate entity so that we can color it white. The depth is going to be 2 millimeters. And in case it starts moving the opposite direction, you might need to click on the arrow to make sure it's coming out at the end there. So 2 millimeters coming out the end there like that. Okay, it's already gone a grey colour, but what you could do is right click and edit appearance for the part 2 and make that white. And okay, so that's given us our white bit there for the end of the pencil. Right, next bit, we're going to do the same thing without drawing a sketch. We're going to use that bottom piece of geometry there, and that's going to be the start of our loft. And what we're going to do is to create 2 new work planes. One of them is going to have a circle on it, a circle that's slightly smaller than this hexagon shape, and then another circle that's really small, and then it's going to loft between those 3 profiles. So the lofting technique is really good if you wanted to create kind of more curvy, wavy, organic shapes. If you want to sort of traverse from a square into a circle, or in this case, a hexagon to a circle, or whatever. So it kind of gives you nice, sweeping, curved shapes. So to make it loft, what we're going to do is I'm going to put it into a slightly different view so I can view it from the side. So I've clicked on either the back, or I guess you could click on front or right, or any of these so that we're looking straight at it. All right, we're going to use this tool, which is to create a plane, and we're going to make a new work plane just slightly beneath that one, the bottom of our pencil. So we're going to go to the plane tool, and first thing it's asking us is what do you want to use as your reference for that plane. Now I could use this plane, or I could use the underneath surface. I'm actually going to use this plane. So if you zoom out a little bit, you might be able to see what's happening. So there's an arrow going up, and if I make sure it's going underneath, so it's saying, do you want to make a plane basically 25 millimeters below the last one that you've just clicked? Now 25 is too far. We want to make that 3 millimeters. So it looks something. Sorry, not 3 millimeters. I think we'll make that 5. Okay, so there's the first one. This was extruded by 2. So then there's another 3 millimeters down, and that's where our next plane is going to go. Okay, so we can OK that plane. At this stage, we might want to draw on it. I think we will. So we will go to the sketch tool. So what plane do you want to sketch on? We want to sketch on the plane that we've just created, plane 1. So we can go over here, click on plane 1 so we know where we're drawing. And then if we right click and view normal to sketch plane, that will flatten it down. All right, so there's a plane that we're going to work on. For this, we're going to draw a circle. So go to your circle tool, click the center and drag out. The dimensions of your circle are going to be 6. So as soon as you let go, don't click anything, you'll see the box come up around the diameter and type in 6 and enter. Okay, and then okay that sketch. So if we zoom out and have a little look at what we've just created, you can see there's a circle on a sketch just below that hexagon there. And I'm going to do that one more time, but the final circle is going to be a really, really small one. So again, we'll click on the right view. We'll click on the plane that we've just created. Or actually, don't need to necessarily click on it. We can go to the plane tool and then click on it. So we're using that as a reference. Same thing, it's sort of trying to go upwards. We want it to go downwards. So click the little arrow. And this time the distance is only going to be 1 millimeter. Okay, so it's 1 millimeter below plane 1 that we've just used in the previous task. So we'll OK that plane and then right click to view normal to, sketch. Sketch plane is going to be plane 2 that we've just created. All right, and then we can right click, view normal to, and then it flattens it out again so we can see what we're doing. And this final sketch that we're going to draw is also going to be a circle, but it's going to be a really small one. So we'll zoom in a bit, draw a circle, make it 1 millimeter diameter, and then click OK. All right, if we zoom out now and take a look at what we're doing. So I'm pressing the mouse wheel in. If you don't know how to pan, I'm actually pressing the mouse wheel. Using the mouse wheel as a zoom is when you roll it, but if you want to press it in and use it as a button, you can also use that to pan. All right, so there we go. And what we've got is a circle on one plane, 3 millimeters below that one, and then there's another circle, a much smaller one, 1 millimeter below that one. So what lofting does, which is what we're learning in this activity, is how to create a shape. And you can see from the icon for loft, it's sort of transitioning from a square into a circle. And that's basically what we're going to do. So if you go to loft, click that, and then make sure it's set to solid. It's going to be an add this time. And what we're going to do is start clicking the profiles that we're going to loft between. So we're going to go from this hexagon shape, click that first. Then we're going to go to this circle shape. And you can see what's happened there is it's started to map a shape that goes from hexagon into circle. And then the final one is this final circle. And then that's how it sort of created that rounded end. All right, so it's a really nice technique for creating unusual curvy shapes, which if you're going to try and extrude or fill it would be really difficult. So that's that. There are a few settings that you can experiment with, but we'll do that later on. For now, that'll be fine. We're just going to loft between those 3 shapes. Click OK. And then the very final step is just to make that bit red. So if you right click and add appearance to face on that, we're going to make it red. It's missed a bit at the bottom, so it's just going to click on that as well. So that makes that bit red. And then OK. And that is the tip of our pencil. All right, if we put that into shaded without edges and hide some of these planes, when you come to export this and put it into your work, remember to click the little eyeball next to the planes because they can be a little bit unpleasant to look at. You want to copy your work into your portfolios by just having it as a nice, clean, white background. You can also switch the eyeball off for that origin. And there we go. So that kind of shows in 3D quite nicely what we're looking at, how we're going from that rounded hexagon shape there and then lofting it into a circle and then into another circle at the end to create the tip of our pencil. So there we go. That is it. The only final thing that you might want to do to finish this off, which is your extension task, would be to add some text. You can just type out the text, Stadler or whatever other company you can think of. You could do your name. You could maybe put in the type of the pencil, HB, 2B, or whatever. So you could do that using the text tool. You could draw the logo using some of the drawing tools. And the really tricky one to do, which it's not that tricky, but it's doable. You can add the logo onto it by finding logo align, creating it as a vector logo in 2D design, and then exporting it as a DXF, importing your DXF into Onshape, and then extruding it from that. It's a little bit more tricky, a little bit more complicated, but that's how you would use images for your logo. But that will do for our pencil. So that's a pencil task done. Final stage is going to be to export it, some nice different images of that, and put it into your work.